died, 2 people injured, a number of people out of their homes after a fire broke out at an apartment building late last night. This happened when firefighters got there. Fire was showing from the first and second floors, and some of the residents had to be rescued from the balconies. Now, that fire was put out just in the last 2 hours, but investigators remain on scene to determine what caused this fire.
Hello everyone, it is me, Asha C. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a more serious topic because it's getting colder, it's getting darker, depression, holiday seasonal depression, it's real. But I want to tell you all my story to offer you some sort of encouragement. You will make it to the other side. You will get through your hard. You will get through it. Trust me, you will. It may not look like it, but you will. This is a disclaimer for those who know me in real life. This is not for sympathy. This is not for clicks and views. This is not for, it's not a cry for help. It's more so just, this is a story about rebirth, about renewal, refreshing, and accepting things for what they are. Old things have passed, and now I'm on to the new. Let's talk about how I almost died in 2022. Buckle up, get your popcorn. Back in January 2021, my mom had a major surgery. At the time, I wasn't living with her, so I had to step in and take care of her. She's fine now. She's great. She's working. She's thriving. She's healthy. She's all right. But that was one of the most hardest and challenging times of my life because 2020 pandemic, I started grad school. So think about this. I graduated in 2019. December 2019, January 2020, I start grad school. March, COVID, I'm in the house. It got really bad. So then 2021, we kind of outside a little bit, and then boom, you got to become a caretaker when you're trying to be young, hot, and turned. How'd that work? Right. So I was unemployed at the time, and I was in grad school. It was really tough in taking care of my mom because I really didn't have that much help. It was really just me doing a lot of things. And when I say taking care, I mean pulling her in and out of bed, bathing her, bathing her, doing a lot of things, but it was an experience that it needed to happen, and it was in a way kind of healing. So from 2021 to 2022, I lived with my mom, and it was honestly like a girl's house. Like we had like a little girl's place, and it was fun. I enjoyed living with her. It was great. I had a great experience. Love my mom, right? And we grew really close. We did complain about the apartment though, because the apartment was kind of like dusty. It was like low-key in the hood. But my mom had it decorated nice, so it was a little bougie. It was nice in there. However, we complained about a lot of things because maintenance was trash, the rental office was trash, the laundry room, everything about it, and it was just like a little bit expensive for no reason, right? But when I think about that time in my life and I recall everything, my mindset back then was so unserious. I was irresponsible. I wasn't thinking about my future. I was partying hard. I was going out with my friends. I was being young and turned. I was trying to recoup the time that I lost in the house. I was trying to create my senior year of college as a grown person working. And so my priorities was a lot messed up. I just wasn't doing what I needed to do, and I knew that I wasn't doing what I needed to do. I was just young, dumb. I had no structure. One day, I can recall going around the house. I think I bought some sort of oil. I don't know if it was coconut oil. I don't know what kind of oil that I buy, but I remember in my mom's apartment, I just started to pray over the house. Random. I just started to pray over the house. I put a cross on the front door. I put a cross under her door. I put a cross under mine, and I just blessed it. And that was that. And I remember vividly actually doing that so that we can be protected in this home. You know, I'm a Christian, and that's what I believe in. And I just, the oil, I'm a Christian lady. So that oil is anointed, that holy oil. Now, how did I almost die? Okay. So I recall one night, it was November 2022, and it was a couple days after Thanksgiving. I usually go to like my godmother's house, but I just didn't go that day. It was a Sunday, I remember, because I was supposed to go to work the next day. So I'm like kind of sleeping. I'm literally, I remember I was eating Talenti ice cream, and I was watching some YouTube, and I was in my robe. And then I heard like the fire alarm. But in this apartment, when I tell you, we was in the trenches, like the apartment was ghetto anyways. So I don't really think nothing of it, because I remember the last time the fire department had came, and it was literally somebody put something in the dryer for too long, and it started to make like it triggered the alarm. It triggered the fire alarm. And there was like, everybody was like, oh, okay, it's cool. So I'm sleeping. I'm kind of like dozing a little bit. That's when like I see a little bit of smoke, but I'm like, oh, that ain't nothing. So I kind of fake like I don't know, I just chill back in the bed because I'm like, whatever. Out of nowhere, I just hear boom, 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 boom on my window. Asha, you need to get out. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck? I need to get out. Mind you, my mom is dead sleep. So I just put my clothes on quickly. I grab my wallet and my phone and my shoes, and I'm out, right? So I get out of my room. My mom's door is closer to the front door. So my mom is knocked out sleep. I'm yelling, Mom, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. She's like, what? She is frazzled and confused. So I think she grabs her phone too. And so we open the door, right? Painting this picture for you. Our apartment was the apartment was like the garden style. I don't know. It wasn't like, it was like literally 3 floors, and it wasn't a luxury apartment. It was 3 floors. So we all share a hallway and a walkway, right? It wasn't a hallway. It was just, we all just share a little corridor. So their apartment is here. Our apartment is here. This person's apartment was on fire. So that means that the flames are growing and growing and growing, and it's getting really bad. By the time the fire started, the whole hallway was black. It was black and it was smoky. So directly across from me is flames, and it's just fight or flight. I cannot see anything. There are no lights. There is no emergency exit. There's one way in and there's one way out, which is the dumbest thing ever. That's dumb to design an apartment like that, but whatever. It's one way in, one way out. So I really don't know where I'm going. We are trampling over people. So I push my mom forward to get her to go up the stairs because I can't remember where I'm going. So I say, hey, go up the stairs, go up the stairs. My mom has a health issue already, and so I needed to get her out. I put her first and I put myself last. So the flames are just trailing behind us. It got so bad. But what I remembered was that the flames went up. They didn't go this way. I recall that because I anointed the house, which was crazy. And I kind of made that connection later on in life, later on down the line. I watched firefighters go into our apartment and break up the window. Since we shared a ventilation system, essentially, not a ventilation system, but we're in the same vicinity. So they want the air to circulate, right? So they break my window. They step all over the bed. It's glass everywhere. It's smoke. It's fire. Everybody is just frazzled and we don't know what's going on. People are trying to evacuate. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 apartments and it's 13 people. Thankfully, everybody gets out safely, but everybody was displaced. One old man had no relatives, had nowhere to go. Everything he had burned up. One, my neighbors, he was a veteran. Him and his wife, they just pulled them out of bed and they had to go to the hospital, but thank God they're okay. It was a big thing with the property management. So our stuff was not technically burned, but when you're in a fire, there's soot And then there's asbestos that comes afterwards if you don't get your stuff. The day after, it was so dark, I just could not gather all of the things that I had. I gathered my work laptop, my regular laptop, my camera, and like my charger, and I just dipped. My mom gathered a few things too. So we were trying to get our stuff one time, and they were like, oh yeah. So basically, I took off work. I did not have leave or anything like that, so I missed out on money, and they weren't able to get our stuff out. Then they said, oh yeah, come this day. I come, and basically they just they ended up throwing our stuff away. They stole our things. Like, I got there, my Jordans was gone, my wig was gone, my mom's TV was gone. Everything that she came to America with was gone. Okay? Gone. A lot of my stuff was gone. I picked through some things, and then I just left the rest, and then they ended up they threw away our pictures. They threw away everything. They threw away our furniture. And it was just really sad. I can recall the night of, we went to her neighbors. No, not her neighbors. We went to her coworker's house. What's crazy is that her sisters live like literally opposite of her coworkers. And she just didn't go there, but that's not my story to tell. So I just remember smelling very smoky. I smelled like a jerk pit. I laugh about it now because the story is crazy, but you know, it happens to people. Thank God, you know, my mom had somewhere to go, and then I stayed with my dad, and I currently stay with my dad. I was blessed to, hey, come back to a place where I had a bed, I had some clothes, I was going to start it over and figure it out. I could say that I'm really grateful for my life because though the situation was so rough, I made it out. Me and my mom, we made it out alive, you know? So from the aftermath of the fire, one thing that I took note of was that no one on my mom's side of the family hit me up. No one checked on me. No one seen if I was alive. No one even said a prayer, nothing. Like, it was radio silent from them. Of course, you know, I had my main one, so I really wasn't concerned about it, but it was crazy because a lot of friends did not know, and a lot of them don't know. Like, when I put this out there, they gonna know. It got really rough for me because this fire happened November 2022, so a couple of days after Thanksgiving. I already was in a tough space with certain family members, and then Christmas came. When Christmas came, I really wanted to end it all. I didn't want to be here anymore. I went through something so traumatic, and then my dad went to Sierra Leone, so I was just home alone. I was by myself all the time. I was depressed. I was eating. I was just working. I felt like I was just on autopilot. Like, I was just on go. I was just on go constantly. Like, I was going to work, and I told them what happened, but it's just like, cool, but we still need you to work. And around the holidays, it's so rough for me because I grew up by myself. Like, I was technically an only child. My siblings were too old by the time I was born, and they were all out the house. We never really grew up together anyways. That was so rough for me. That time was so rough because I really couldn't put into words of how I was feeling. I gained 40 pounds. I didn't talk to anybody. I kind of turned into a recluse for about maybe 2 years of my life. I turned into like a recluse. I didn't talk to people. I didn't really feel like coming around. I didn't feel like interacting. I just didn't want to be around people because I'm like, no one cares about me. Y'all don't get it. Like, I'm hurting. Like, I'm going through it. Like, I really thought that this near-death experience kind of stifled me in a way. I would think about it. I would be angry at myself. I would replay it over and over again. I'm like, oh, I should have did this. I should have did that. It was a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas, but, you know, you can't harp on what you did or what you didn't do. Like, the time is gone. I was still in grad school too. It was a book that I needed to pass my comprehension exam for grad school. It was in there. I didn't have it. So I just had to figure it out through like notes. I was going to drop out of school. I was going to be like, bro, it's the end. I already got a job in my field. I don't really care. Like, it's done for me. I'm over with it. I had like one more class, and then I had the comprehension exam. I just had two more things to do. I ended up taking a chance on myself, enrolling in that course, and studying for my exam. I studied for the comp exam, the comprehension exam. I studied. It's a test where it's pass or fail. And when I seen pass, my heart dropped, because going through what you went through and then having this big W, you spent so long doubting yourself. You spent so long down in regret, in sadness, and in grief, and living in it, and holding on to so many things, that when you come out on the other side, like, that was like the beginning. That was the big. Wasn't graduating. It wasn't only graduating school, bro. It was just the fact that, like, you made it on the other side, like, through the grace of God. Like, you made it, like, through the other side. Like, things are going to get better from here. Oh, put the cameras. I graduated. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, back in the day, like, when I was a kid, I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the smartest at all. I wasn't the brightest. I was just an okay student. So to go from an okay student who was in, like, the low-key slow classes and on a 504 plan to graduate and to make something of yourself and to be a first-generation graduate at that point, it meant so much to me. I graduated. I had a grad party. I was celebrated at work, and then I hit a 2-year milestone of working in a professional environment and being running a department by myself. And then afterwards, you know, I started to really start to take God in life more seriously. You know, now, you know, I'm in a better situation where I'm more focused. I got a new job that is everything to me. It's really like setting my future up for success. It got hard. Stuff got hard, but stuff got better. And it wasn't only the job. It was just the fact that I wanted to end it, but I held on to the promise. I held on to God and the promise that things will get better. I kept going. I fought every day. I prayed all the time. I you know, like, when Meek Mill says, I used to pray for, you know, I know we don't like Meek Mill right now, but, like, listen, I used to pray for time like this too. Like that, so I can, girl, like that. No, like, I really prayed for, like, times to reach that point in my life where I'm okay. So now, oh gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna regret crying on camera. Like, I don't want to be that person to cry on camera, but nah, like, I really have, like, a bit of peace and joy in my life now, because though I'm, like, single, because I was in a relationship and now I'm, like, single, I'm okay. You know, I have more clarity on life, the things that I want, the things that I'm going for, starting and stopping my YouTube channel, giving up on the dreams that I had. Like, I no longer feel that way. Like, life is not over for you. Things are just happening. Your time is not over. Just because you're about to be 30 or you are in your 30s, like, your time is not up. It has just begun. When it's for you, it's for you. When God says yes, he says yes, okay? Joy cometh in the morning. And when I tell you that music got me through this hard time, when I tell you so many songs served as a pinnacle to this, no shade, no, for real, Glorilla. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. My mantra is I hold on until tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and I'm going to hold on for another tomorrow. And this takeaway that I learned is that you can't expect people to do anything, because a lot of people aren't worth a damn. And that's just the honest to God truth. Some people are just not worth a damn. You cannot worry about who didn't do this and who didn't do that and who's not there. You need to focus on who's there. You need to focus on who's in your life. You need to focus on who is showing up for you and you show up for them. You deserve reciprocated energy. You deserve reciprocated love. Go where you are celebrated. Go where you are loved. And pray that God can bring you those people that love you. I'm on the other side, you know, and it's not to say that my life is perfect, because challenges come because I just cried at work like today, but I'm okay and I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to wrap this up. This was a life update. I hope you all enjoyed this video and I hope you all took something away from this video. Again, those who know me in real life, I am okay. No need to pity, no need to be sad. Rejoice and be happy, because your girl made it and she's going to continue to make it. So I'm really excited with this new era and this newfound happiness that I have in my life. You know, things are not going to be magically easier, but they'll get better, and I know how to cope and manage through it. So let me know down below in the comments, what did you think about this video? And, share your story if you want to. So thank you all so much for watching, and until next time.